First of all, we would like to start with the parade of athletes, starting with the class of 1974 and continue through the class of 2010. Then next we would like to welcome some former coaching colleagues who have come to help honor Coach Pugh. On the field, you'll see a bevy of signs out there. That was all the signs with all the different years that Coach Pugh coached here at our program. These are all of his old, well, young athletes. You notice some of them still fit in their jerseys. Next, we'd like to welcome some former coaching colleagues who have come to help honor Coach Pugh. How about a great hand for these, our old coaches. Hanging around, coming back for a little football. Check. Finally, we'd like to acknowledge our school board. It's through their actions and willingness to change school board policy that have allowed us to honor Coach Pugh in this manner. A big hand for our school board. So let me talk about the coach for a moment. Coach Pugh began his teaching and coaching career in the Clover Park School District in 1967 to 68 at Woodbrook Junior High, where he was the football and the track coach. Coach Pugh came to North Mason High School in 1974 as a physical education teacher and became the head football and head track coach. Coach Pugh was the head football coach at North Mason High School for 27 seasons, from 1974 to 1994, and from 2004 to 2009. He led his proud Bulldogs to 162 wins and 107 losses, and he also won the state football championship in 1982. His teams also played in the state semifinals 4 different times. Coach Pugh was also the head track and field coach at North Mason High School for 21 seasons. Although wins and loss statistics are not as readily available as they are for football, by all standards, Coach Pugh is an outstanding track man who used this position to encourage student athletes to set goals and to work toward attainment. Coach Pugh still acts as a track official for league, district, and state events. At this time, I'd like to welcome the quarterback from the 1982 state 1A football championship team, Bob Griffiths. Bobby Griffiths.
Thank you. It's an honor to dedicate this stadium to Coach Phil Pugh. Seems like just the other day, it was 1982 when we were playing in the Kingdom for that state championship game. But every time I drive through Seattle, I realize it was a long time ago because the Kingdom's not even there anymore. In 1982, we were devastated at the start of that season by how many starters and the seniors that had graduated the year before. There was nobody, no coaches, none of the sports writers, who even gave us a chance or even rated us throughout that one season. But there was one guy who believed in us. Coach Pugh demanded the best out of each team and athlete that he coached here. And in 1982, it was no different. He just happened to mold us so that we peaked at the right time and we were able to take it all the way. He had been influencing athletes here, students, in this community for over 30 years. And it's quite apparent from all the ex-Bulldog football players standing here that he is highly respected by everybody that he ever influenced. And I'm speaking on behalf of everybody out here and everybody else that couldn't make it here and saying there's only just two words we want to say to Coach Pugh, and that's thank you.
Thank you, Bobby. Now let's hear it for Coach Pugh as he takes the microphone.
What an honor this is. Some of you may know that I retired 2 different times, and unless you were in attendance, you wouldn't know that as I spoke to the players about my leaving, I flooded the floor with tears. So the next few minutes could be a challenge for me. People have traveled a long way to be here tonight. Bob Griffiths, who just spoke to you, came all the way from Bellingham. Alan Andringa, track and field coach, came from Yakima. We have good friends up here who came from Oregon. And then there's Craig Bishop, who came from Chicago. There are many people for me to thank for this event, and I want to start with Bud McKay. That young man spearheaded this entire effort, and he and Mark Muxon, who worked behind the scenes with Bud, put it together essentially without my knowledge. But in talking with Mark, he told me many times that Bud shouldered the heavy load here and persevered to see that this event would take place. I want to thank Greg Guidi, who communicated with probably half of the players that are here tonight, and I thank you for that, Greg. I want to thank the players who were members of the first teams here in the mid-70s. You guys had exceptional passion, and I honestly think that we probably could have played hopscotch in practice all week long and you guys still would have won on Friday nights. But you made it really easy for me to transition from coaching junior high to high school. And Mark Muxon had a big hand in that. He was the athletic director here in 1974 and probably had a hand in my being hired to teach and coach here. And Mark was our defensive coordinator, did a great job at that. And as I said earlier, he also had a hand, played a part in this event. You know, sadly, we've lost some Bulldogs along the way. And members of that very first staff, Coach Bill Landrum, Coach Don Nelson, have passed on. And recently we lost a couple of players, Ken Henningsen and Dennis Shirk. And I know that our thoughts are with their families this evening. I want to thank all the coaches and athletes that I had the privilege and opportunity to work with. Coaches who understood the importance of character and the relationship of molding character with winning. Tremendous coaches, and I thank each of you. I want to be sure that the track and field coaches and athletes here feel special, because my time with you was an awful lot of fun. I enjoyed it greatly. I'm really happy to have the opportunity to tell this community how much I appreciate the support that you gave to our programs over the years. I don't have to remind you that we didn't always win, but I didn't ever feel any difference from your support, both financial and just a pat on the back from time to time. I know that I never found a for sale sign in my yard, and I'm not sure that Ingrid might have been pulling those up and disposing of them before I got home. I want to thank David Peterson, the superintendent, and Mark Swafford, athletic director, here for supporting this stadium idea. I also want to thank those two, along with Ted Jansen, for giving me a second opportunity to come back here and coach in this school and this terrific community. Finally, I want to thank my wife Ingrid and family for your patience in allowing me to coach. And I'll close with this. I was born a Bulldog. I'll be a Bulldog till I die. Thank you.
It should be clear that Coach Pugh coached two major sports at North Mason High School for many years. It should also be noted that both of these sports took place in what is now referred to as Bulldog Stadium, or North Mason High School Stadium. At this time, please direct your attention to the scoreboard, where we're going to have our ASB President Alex Macero and our Senior Class President Liz Haying prepare to unveil the banner. For this dedication to the students of North Mason High School, from this day forward, let it be clear, this stadium is officially named Phil Pugh Stadium.
That's one more time. Big hand, Coach Pugh. Thank you all for coming. A great night. We hope to, that next time you come to North Mason, we will have the new entry made. If you look inside your program, the new entry ticket booth, so you won't have to walk up that hill. You can help us make this happen. Phil Pugh Stadium officially will be labeled right on the outside there. So next year, we want to have that done. Okay, we're going to strike up the band. Fight song for Coach Pugh.
whenever you walk into this stadium, which we now call Phil Pugh Stadium. Born a Bulldog, bred a Bulldog till I die. Let's hear it one more time for Coach Pugh and all the former players. Your North Mason Marching Band, directed by Leah Morgan.
What up, Bri? Good to see ya. How are you? Check that out. I just got. It's just good. I got like. So then. No, just in case you need to get in touch with somebody or you need a resource.
Charles
I
Rauska.
got it.
If you look in your back pocket, you don't have a wallet because I have it. So please come up to the press box to get it. Charles Rauska. On your feet for the Bulldogs.